This is rebuilding America's depleted military. Joe Biden said we're running out of 5.56, and I'm 5'6", I'm 6'5" right now, so I could fix that immediately. Yeah, this is same picture. So don't think that I changed anything in the background. You're like, what is it? Is there? All right. So this is him. He's gonna right after he fixes the auto industry, which is being destroyed because of our pro-union president. He's now going to fix the depleted military, which, if I'm not mistaken, got a raise last year. Why are we giving so many things to Ukraine just because they're in an actual hot war and we're not in a hot war?
In a period of less than 1 week, Joe Biden accidentally admitted that we're sending cluster bombs to Ukraine because the United States is running out of ammunition.
No. Russia's running out of ammunition, and so they're going to start using bigger missiles, and this is a time when the Ukrainians could surge through, so having cluster bombs is a perfect time for a counteroffensive, and that would help them.
I don't know how that works, but...
I know you don't. You were only president for 4 fucking years. Run that by me again, stupid.
1 week, Joe Biden accidentally admitted that we're sending cluster bombs to Ukraine because the United States is running out of ammunition. I don't know how that works, but that's what he said.
I don't know how that works. Okay, hold on 1 second, if I may. Just let me try to find the okay. Let's see. I don't know. It's gotten so bad that they've cut the price of 5.56. You can get 1,000 rounds of it from PMC for $4.29. It used to cost you $4.44. So the timing is right. Add to cart. 1,000 rounds of 5.56. That's okay. Add to cart. Add to cart. Add to cart. 74 ready to ship, 78 ready to ship, 81 of the Igman 5.56. That's a 55 grain. These are all 55 grains. These are loud motherfuckers. You're gonna have to. That's a 62 grain. That's even louder. None of this is gonna work with a silencer. If you're a nutcase. There's some Winchester. That's 62 grain. That's 1,000 rounds. That's going to cost you $4.80. It's the extra grains that are going to cause that. Here's a bulk box of 1,000 rounds, 5.56. That's $5.49. Yep. I don't know where anybody's going to find this. What are they selling? 20 rounds, smaller capacity. They only have 128 of those ready to ship. The small boxes. 84 ready to ship. 35. Here's 420 rounds of 5.56 for $3.49 by Winchester in an ammo can. There's 35 of them. You can get 35 of them. They're $3.49 a piece. Here's an old box, 20 round. Look at that head box. It looks like something you find on your grandpa's shelf. We're out of 5.56, I guess. Now, granted, I only went to bulkammo.com to find that, so I'm certain that they're out everywhere else.
Then he called.
I haven't checked Walmart. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can do Walmart. 223. Let's see. Jamma box. I don't know if they are even allowed to sell it on their regular site. Shop for gun ammo at Walmart. Let's see. There's a 50 cal gun ammo can. Let's see. Brand, speed, custom officers, some price pickup and shifted velocity. And see if let's get. Obviously we're gonna get some. I want the really fast shit. Let's go in here. You get there's a hollow point 357 and get a Crossman Premier 22 cal heavy domed 19 grain pellet for pellet rifles. Okay. All right. So anyways, we're out. We're just out. They only have 35 boxes ready to ship to consumers.
Up reserve forces to ship them to Europe, proving that we are running out of troops. And
we're running out of troops. The Russians have killed so many American soldiers that we're running out. We had to send 1,000 to Europe.
That's also a fact.
That's also a fact. Say this
One
again.
week, Joe Biden accidentally admitted that we're sending cluster bombs to Ukraine because the United States is running out of ammunition. I don't know how that works, but that's what he said. Then he called up reserve forces to ship them to Europe, proving that we are running out of troops.
Yep, we're out of them. I guess. Who keeps sending our troops to the front line to get killed? What's the death rate at this point? I mean, come on. At a certain point, do you think we're getting the real number? Hold on, blink. Does anybody get right?
And that's also a fact.
That's also a fact.
Action replays in magnified fashion.
Yes, it is.
We have very few people signing up to join our military. These actions reveal just what an insanely dangerous situation Biden and the demented warmongers have led us into.
The demented warmongers, I would think the people who start and sell wars, which would be Vladimir Putin in this, but no.
Less than 3 years ago, I'd fully rebuilt the United States military and steered America into such a strong global position that peace was breaking out all over the world.
Yes, the Abraham Accord, they were great. Abraham, if it named after the guy who almost killed his son until God told him not to and said, do it to Eric, but Don has got your name, it's a mess, don't do it. And,
we had peace through strength.
Well, I mean, peace through letting strong dictators, I guess, plan to attack countries and know that you wouldn't do anything about it.
29 months later, the arsenals are empty, the stockpiles are bare.
the stockpiles are bare. There's nothing. We've got nothing. We don't even have any nukes. We used all the nukes.
Treasury is drained, the ranks are being hollowed.
The treasury is drained. We're out of money, folks. Maybe that's why I thought there were too many dollars in circulation, and apparently they're just all gone.
Out. Our country has been totally humiliated, and we have a corrupt, compromised president, crooked Joe Biden, who is dragging us into World War III, and that's what's happening.
He's dragging us into a world that we don't want to go, but he's gonna make us. He's dragging us right into it. He's like, "Come on, it's World War III." We're like, "Come on, I don't want to. I want to go to the candy aisle."
On behalf of a nation that paid his family millions and millions of dollars in obvious bribes. All you
Jealous much?
have to do is take a look at how much China, how much Ukraine have paid the Biden family.
And you wonder why hasn't China just taken Taiwan already? I mean, they paid more than Ukraine did. I mean, I don't understand.
It's a total disgrace and a very dangerous one.
A dangerous disgrace. Those are the worst kind, I think, honestly. Yeah.
I've been involved in the two greatest scams in American history. These circumstances, the notion that we would even consider admitting Ukraine into NATO at this time is completely unhinged. Joe Biden can't.
You do realize that Biden's the holdout on it, right? He's one of I think there's two holdouts, but primarily Biden's like, no, the rules are you can't join NATO during a hot war. That'd be ridiculous. And Biden's the one pushing that specifically.
Can't even walk up a flight of stairs on Air Force One, and he can't.
You can't drive a car. You could never drive a car. You are incapable of driving a car your whole fucking life. The dude rides a bicycle. You can't ride a bicycle at all. You never could.
Put two sentences together. The last thing.
And he kicked your ass. That must hurt.
That this incompetent administration should be doing is risking war with a nuclear-armed Russia or China or other countries.
Which other? I don't remember. If I was if you let me be president, I'll figure out what other countries have nuclear bombs. I think is it Afghan? No, was it Dagestan? It's one of the stands have them. I know somebody brought it up at a meeting.
We have somebody that doesn't have a clue representing us. When I'm back in the White House,
It's somebody who doesn't have a clue representing us.
Against all these countries that have nukes like Russia, China, and they gave me a piece of paper once. I stuffed it in a box between two pictures. It was there. They gave me a list. I showed it to a couple of Saudi golfers once. I mean, maybe, you know what? Let me call them real quick. I'm going to text them.
so on day one, we are returning to a foreign policy that puts America's interests first. America's chief interest in Eastern Europe is peace and stability.
Stability, yes. And nothing's more stable than giving Russia their permission to salami slice their way across Europe.
We want people to stop dying.
Yeah, quit it, okay? Ukrainians, if Russia bombs your apartment building, just walk it off.
We want people to stop dying. The Russians can keep raping. That's fine.
This war should never have happened, but it is long past time to end the senseless death and destruction. The numbers are much worse than you're reading about or hearing about or than they're telling you.
On Russia's side,
Many more people are dying than you have any idea.
Well, it's I know this because I still got somebody feeding me documents. I put them in my desk.
And certainly many more than they're willing to say.
Yes, they don't want to tell you. They don't want to let you know who's dying because they're afraid you might get the wrong impression about the Russians.
Then, as I work to again rebuild America's military strength and deterrence that Joe Biden so foolishly squandered, we need to take a long, hard look at defense procurement and our defense industrial base.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do, basically, I've run out of donors and I need somebody for my legal defense. So what I'm going to do right now is just ring the dinner bell for what they call the military industrial complex. I'm going to let you guys know that we're going to stockpile a bunch of stuff. We're going to pay through the rectum for all these things.
Because it's been withered down to nothing. Given all the money we spend on the
there's a lot of edits in this one. Like he gave up halfway through.
Pentagon, it's unacceptable that we would ever run out of ammunition or be unable to quickly produce the weapons needed. I will provide record funding for our military just
Yeah. Again, you do realize that a bunch of the people, why would you provide record funding for a military if you don't intend on using that to support Ukraine or other countries at all? What the fuck do you need it for? You just stockpiling shit so it can rust? Of course he is. He wants the big donor dollars. That's what he's asking for. None of them are going to fucking give it to him because, quite frankly, the hidden truth about all these other companies, especially companies like Boeing and Northrop Grumman and stuff, is that they make a tremendous amount of money in consumer electronics and in consumer airplanes, just to let you know, regular, like 747s and the like. The military stuff it's definitely an ongoing contract and they definitely count on it or whatever, but it's a lot easier for them to just sell worldwide if they don't have a military contract in some cases.
as I did 4 great years. If you think about what we were able to do, 4 great years of rebuilding our
Well, a year and a half, and then of course the dew came off the lily of what Obama had been doing, and then you had your tax cut, and then it wasn't paid for, and so we headed in towards a recession, and the recession happened right around the time you fucked up COVID. But it's pristine.
military,
Pristine.
and we rebuilt it bigger and better and stronger than ever before.
All right, then why are we behind on ammo? Why don't we have all the stuff we need? This isn't even that big a war in Ukraine. We're not giving them everything. If you rebuilt it bigger and better and stronger than ever before, we were able to lease gear and give guns to Germany to France and England and Spain against Germany and Italy, and fight against Japan, and give stuff to China.
And now look at what's happened. And we
It's so sad.
have no ammunition, as told stupidly by our president to the world so that everybody could know it. But I will also insist.
Yep. They were waiting for that's why they rushed in here and attacked us. We're out of ammo.
You do realize that a war with the United States will not involve 556, right?
That we get more for every dollar spent because we're spending too much money foolishly and our prices are too high.
Yes, that's the problem. I will bring down the cost of 556 when you go to, if you want to, you got to get in here, you got to give it a try. If you go to support my campaign by going to bulkammo.com, pick up a box of 556. The 55 grade full metal jacket is going for $429. We got 70, not 8 cases. We should have 100 cases. We should, some people say 1,000 cases, maybe 2,000 cases. You'll be able to go to trumpammo.com. It's as good as the steaks in the water. So every third shell will blow up in the chamber and take your eye out.
In addition,
Just ask Stuart Rhodes. Thanks, Don.
I will ask Europe to reimburse us for the cost of rebuilding the stockpiles sent to Ukraine, which they should be doing now, but Joe Biden is too weak and too disrespected to even ask. The fact is that
And it's not enough of an asshole to ask for.
we've spent almost $200 billion in helping Ukraine, and Europe has spent just a tiny fraction of that amount. As Biden's call-up of reserve troops show, we also clearly need to address the embarrassing recruitment situation in the USA. Joe Biden's woke policies and political purges have
It's allowed too many black people and women into the armed forces, and it's keeping all the rednecks out.
repulsed many great patriots from serving. They don't want to serve in our military. Frankly, they disrespect.
Well, then they're not great patriots. How can you be a great patriot of the United States, which is the most inclusive country on the planet, if you don't want to serve to protect people that aren't like you? I know what it is. You and I think patriotism are two different.
Our president, that's a big factor. I will restore the proud culture and honor traditions of America's armed forces.
As no other draft-dodging, flat-footed, bone-spur, rich, second-generation rich kid could possibly do.
And there will be no Marxism allowed.
None? So the VA shutting down, I guess there's no... I'm fucking around. It's not so
No communism allowed.
No communism allowed at all. Everybody gets, there's no more bunkers. There's no community. Nobody's staying together.
And we'll get rid of the fascists.
All right. So there are fascists in there now. You talking about the people you hired, or
Thank you very much.
that's the end of it?
Okay, we're out of 556, but you know what we're loaded up with? Commies, Marxists, fascists. We're not going to let any commies and Marxists in, and we're going to get the fascists out. Some of them are still left over from my administration, so goodbye.
You're not wrong. That is absolute gibberish.